Hello everyone, welcome back to the session. My name is Somajit Goswami and this is a very interesting video that is based on a scatter plot diagram taken from one of the past actual CAT DI questions. Now this is a very interesting set. I would urge you to watch the video in its entirety to understand the certain nuances of this question type. Okay, now a general disclaimer that I say before all of my video is that watch the video at 1.5x speed if you really require it. If you are comfortable with my pace, then that's it. Okay, now I will explain to you why this question is a very interesting question, a very novel question, and you can certainly get a question like this in the recent CAT the 40-minute pattern for the DI-LR section, because this does not necessarily require you to calculate a lot many things. Obviously, you can tabulate the data in the form of a table and then you can work your way around it, but I will give you a very visual way to understand such data points. Okay, so let us read the set. It talks about the data point in the figure below represent the monthly income and expenditure data of individual members of the Ahuja family, Bose family, Kumar family and Dubey family. For these questions, saving is defined as saving is equal to income minus expenditure. Now that is a general this thing. Okay, now we have understood saving in that terms only. Okay, so before I go to the questions, I would like to understand the data, the scatter plot in some ways. It is very important that you read the data, the caselet or the data diagram, the set. Try to interpret certain things. Like I'll tell you what my interpretations are going to be for this particular one. For example, I'll start with this red block, which is Bose family. You would see there are 3 family members. Okay, so far so good. Now the green one, Ahuja family, also 3 members. The Kumar family, triangle, blue triangle one, also 3 family members. Great. Dubey family, I can only see 2 members. Now that is a catch. Now when we are talking about interpreting the the data set, it is very important that you see the data in its entirety. Do not skip reading any point, and then obviously go and read the questions after your initial impressions of the set. So now let us go and read the questions. Let's see what the questions are. Okay, this is the first question. Which family has the highest average expenditure? Great. Let's look into the next one. Which family has the lowest average income? Okay. Which family has the lowest average saving? Okay. Now, if you pay attention, you would have realized that this particular set has all the questions of the type highest average saving, lowest average saving. Okay, something of that sort. So they're not actually asking you absolute numbers. So it is pretty, viable. If you would just start with the diagram, you don't really need to tabulate anything. You just need to understand and observe the this thing and answer. So let's do this. Let's start with this first question. Which family has the highest average expenditure? Now see, please understand this thing. They're talking about 3 members and the average of the 3 members. Now it would have been much easier if all these 3 members were in a single straight line. If all the 3 members were in a single straight line of this particular scatter plot, I could just simply say that the midpoint could tell me the average of these 3 individuals, the incomes, the expenditure, so on and so forth. But certain certain family members like the Ahuja family, the Kumar family, they are making some sort of a triangle. So if you would just pay attention, so you would realize that they are making some sort of a triangle. Okay, now if you can visualize, the triangle has you can say a centroid. That centroid will represent the average income or expenditure in either case. So we can actually use the same data point for income as well as expenditure. Please understand, when we locate the centroid, we are actually talking about the average. So I'm not very happy with this this thing average. Okay, highest average expenditure. Otherwise you would have to do add all the number, guess the numbers, add the numbers, then divide by 3, and you have to do all that nonsense. Right now you don't have to do any of that. Okay, now let's do this. So what I will do is, let me use a different color so that I can make it a little visually appealing. So this is going to be the first one, this is going to be the second one, and I'll exactly try to, approximately I'll try to tabulate the centroid. So possibly this is going to be the centroid, this is going to be the centroid, and obviously these three lines, they are in a straight line, so you can see. So you can possibly say that this has to be the centroid. Similarly for the Dubé family, if you just plot them somewhat like this, this has to be my centroid. Okay, now just give me 1 second, let me change the color. Okay, just to make this a little appealing. Just a second. Okay, so I have just used different type of colors for the different triangles, just to make it a little visually appealing. Okay, now the first question is, which family has the highest average expenditure? Now can you tell me which family has the highest average expenditure without any guessing any numbers, plotting any numbers on the axis, on the x-axis, y-axis? It's very simple. Average expenditure, we have already taken care of the average word. So we have already taken care of this average word with this analogy that we have added all the three numbers and then find the centroid or anything, the midpoint of this thing, right? So highest average expenditure is obviously, the expenditure is on the x-axis, so the point which is to the farthest of the x-axis is going to be the highest, right? So can you see this is the farthest in this thing, right? So, and this this particular point, if you can just look at the pointer, this particular point is for Dubé family. So straight away you can just say that it has to be Dubé family. You don't really need to do anything, you don't really need to jot down any information, you don't really need to do anything, you just need to observe the table and put the value, right? Now let's go to the next question. The next question, and I think the one who has solved this one has put numbers. I don't really think I need to do that. Okay, the next one is also interesting. Let's first of all get rid of this thing. Which family has the lowest average income? Now guys, you would have to tell me. Pause the video right now and tell me if you have to pause the video. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that you guys have paused and you guys have tried this one. So the answer to this is lowest average income. So please understand, now we are talking about the y-axis, and whatever is toward the lowest end of the y-axis is going to be my family that has the lowest average income. Now can you tell me which family is that? Everybody above this particular Kumar family is having a little more income. So the answer straight away has to be Kumar family. Can you understand how we are doing it? Okay, now the last question, I don't think you even require my intervention. You could just answer that question, right? Okay, so the last one is, which family has the lowest average saving? Now this is an interesting question. Pause the video right now if you really want to learn this thing. Pause the video right now and try to answer this question. But this is very intuitive. Okay, first of all, tell me what exactly does this line signifies? Obviously, this line, it is written that the line is indicating income is equal to expenditure. What that exactly means is, a person who is, whose income suppose is 1000 at this point, suppose person whose income is 1000, his expenditure is also 1000. So saving is equal to 0. So when the question is asking me the lowest saving of which family member, I just told you that you can straight away ignore this thing average, because we have taken care of the average word. So which family has the lowest saving? Can you not tell me that by simply doing one thing? Obviously you will not be able to do that in your exam condition, for a simple reason, because in the exam you will not have the this pen tool, but obviously you can visualize certain things. Just drop a perpendicular from the median to this line. Which line? The line that indicates income and expenditure. Okay, and you will be able to answer the question pretty swiftly from this point onwards. Okay, the person, the family which is going to be having the lowest average saving or lowest saving has to be the family which is closer to this line. Why closer to this line? Because they'll be making as much money they are making, they're, you know, expending that much amount. The expenditure is also that much amount, right? So the family that is towards that line is going to have a lowest saving. Can you tell me now which is going to be that family? Obviously, I'm giving you time to think. I'm giving you time to ponder. If you want to think and pause and think, that's your choice, but let me give you the answer. So this is going to be the answer. Obviously, you can see the straight lines also. And this one is indicated by the Dubey family. Okay, so the Dubey family has to be the answer to this question. Now there is one more question which has not been tackled by this PPT, this particular PPT. That is, you know, which family has the highest average saving or something of that sort. Now again, you'd have to do the same thing. You would have to, or rather highest income or something of that sort. You just have to visualize the line and you have to drop the perpendicular, see that which is making the, you know, major this thing. So I would rather, you know, give you that as a homework, because this is a CAT previous year question. So I would rather give that to you as a this thing. Okay, finally there is a paid initiative, FB paid initiative going on right now, okay, which will take care of your CAT 2023 preparation in its entirety. And when I say entirety, it will include DILR, quantitative abilities and VARC. Okay, so you can just check out that thing in the Facebook group. So there is a pinned comment in the Facebook group. If you're interested, you can join. If not, all the best for your exams. I hope you don't make silly mistakes like, you know, calculating unnecessarily when you can just use visual representation. Thank you very much. This is me, Somojit Goswami, signing out.